welcome back to Rock It Right. We are so glad that you decided to hang with us and have a good time because, you know, two busy blondes, always a good time. You throw a beautiful brunette in the middle, smart, beautiful, brilliant, Lafayette native, and I tell you what, it's going to be a real good time. You know what I'm saying? So I am really excited that Nicole Quinlan, who is the founder and developer of TripChat, could be our guest. So it was a while back, maybe a year or more ago, that you first, 2 years ago, that you came, you were talking about this concept, and now this thing is going big.
Yeah, it is.
So tell everybody how you came up with the idea of TripChat and what you've done to help people have the best time, a good time, everywhere they go.
All right. So a little backstory on that is my partner and friend had an idea, and he came to us with, hey, you know, I was traveling, I was on this riverboat cruise, and I wanted to know what was going on the left side of the boat, and the captain is just talking about what's on the right side of the boat. And I thought there has to be some kind of technical solution to this, right? I mean, we're in the 21st century. And so he said, I want to create an app. And he's like, will you help me do this? And so we put our brains together, and we started, you know, researching the technology behind it, and we came across geofencing, which allows you to create these figures and shapes over, let's say this location here, and as you pass around, it triggers that geofence, and then the audio billboards is what, you know, we call them, but it's the stories behind the locations that spring to life and tells the drivers, the walkers, everything there is to know about those locations.
So it could be a location where you're going to that's outdoors, or a location that you're going to that's indoors, like inside a museum or an art gallery.
Correct.
Or maybe a restaurant. And it tells you everything about that you might want to know, so you want to go deeper.
Correct. So when you first, you know, download the app, we're in the Apple Store and Android. There's 12 categories to select from. And so when you're traveling or you're out and about, you can choose if you're a visitor or a local. That way, if you're a local, you're not getting the content unless it's new. And you're a visitor, you're getting all of the content, right? Mm-hmm. And so the 12 categories, you're only receiving the information that you want to hear. So if Betsy's a foodie and she loves history and she selects those categories, and you want to know about outdoor adventures, right? And you're traveling.
That's me. I want to know about the walk, you know, rock climbing.
There you go. There you go.
Floating down the river. Yeah, that's me.
And so what's really nice about it is if you're traveling down the interstate and you don't realize what's on the rural areas, right, and you're just on the interstate, it springs to life and it starts letting you know about things that you never knew existed. And then you can create your own itinerary, save them favorites, and go ahead and share it with friends. And then that way, the smaller communities have a voice, right? And these small businesses can have their stories heard.
And that just blows my mind.
A great idea.
That there's an app that does that, because I'm like just thinking, how does all that information get into that app?
That's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, you know. Sometimes it's like a sweatshop. You know, there's a lot of data entry that goes into it. We have voice actors that come in and do all of our recordings for the stories. We have a handful of script writers. And right now, as of today, we launched a new website. It's tripchatapp.com. It's updated, and it has a portal. And so these small businesses can actually go online, and the onboarding process is very easy. We have 3 packages that a small business can pick from, and then 3 packages that a regional area can pick from. So that's municipalities, cities, restaurants that have multiple locations. And we can go in and customize and build out tours and itineraries for these larger locations. But a small business can come on for as low as $150 a year.
That is amazing. You just said a mouthful. So if you are a small business owner who relies on visitors, travelers, or you're in a local area that may be somewhat dense in population, so you have competition among other restaurants and all, you could, for $150
a year,
have advertisement that's 24/7 about where you are, what you offer, and when you're open.
Yep. And so what's really nice about TripChat is that we deliver the content to the tourist or the traveler while they're in market actively looking for what they want, right? And so they're more inclined to make a decision to visit your location or to go to the park and visit the trails, or, you know what, let's catch a Tigers game. I heard that there's a stadium around here. You know, just they're passing through and they don't know what lies behind, 2 blocks down. And so this just springs to life and lets them know.
That's amazing. And what area is covered? I mean, like...
Okay, so right now we're heavily populated with POIs and geofences in the Acadiana and Baton Rouge and New Orleans area. We do have locations in Shreveport, Monroe, and we've created some test pilots in those markets. And right now, if you download TripChat, it's in both Apple and Android store under TripChat Louisiana, but next week it will be listed as TripChat Global. So we have some updates coming through, and we decided to change some things up as we've gotten some interest from other countries, other states, and so as we scale out, we want to be well prepared.
That is so awesome.
Yeah, it's exciting.
We know it's exciting that you saw this question and need, and then you've built out so much more depth than was the original question. And this is something that can benefit everyone.
Everyone. And so,
Kids could do this.
Yes. In fact, I had a car full of 12-year-old little boys the other day, and I was traveling down 182, heading into New Iberia. And we passed by Spanish Lake and the site of Camp Pratt, maybe, and these two historical locations pop up, and these little boys were like, whoa, what is that? Why is it talking to us? This is so cool. I didn't even know, And so it was so fun to see their reactions, because we field tested it, but with adults, right? And so all these kids start downloading, and it was great. So then I had all these parents calling me and texting me going, okay, this is super cool. And so, anybody can use it.
Oh, that is fantastic.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So kids can kind of learn a little bit more about the area, the history, the sites, fun things to do and see. But if you start having teams of kids downloading this app, the numbers are going to go up very, very quickly.
Absolutely. And something else that we really would like to do is partner with the school systems and field trips between point A and point B. Another opportunity that we would like to look at is exploring universities. You have a bunch of recruits showing up, right?
Right.
And how are they going to tour the campus? And things kind of got weird with COVID. And so we had to think outside the box as to how this tool could cater to universities, schools, even businesses, business recruitment, right? We can take Baton Rouge for an example. How do you attract new businesses here and then show this new family that might want to open up a business downtown that this is where they want to move their family? You can turn them loose, let them really explore and get a feel for the city before they make a decision. And so there's different ways that we can work with, organizations, cities, and parishes and states and countries. And so the sky's the limit. We can do tours indoors for museums or Hall of Fames, as well as on the interstate or
I'm thinking
trail
music
in a park.
Venues, concerts.
Festivals is a big thing.
Oh,
is a big
festivals.
thing. And
That's
so,
really opening
a lot
up.
of people don't even realize that these festivals exist. And so, you're traveling through, and how many people know that there's a strawberry festival or there's this and that?
So it would come up at the time that it's scheduled for that year if it's happening?
Yes and no. It's at the discretion of the festival organization. And so we did have somebody that was interested because they wanted people and visitors to hear about it year-round, so they would come back.
Got it.
So it could be a limited time, maybe a day or two before, or all year.
Correct.
That is incredible.
Correct. So,
And so the way that you figured out this technology and been able to do that is incredible. I hate that we are running out of time because we want to hear so much more about TripChat. Will you come back?
Yep,
Will you give us some
absolutely.
more information about TripChat?
I will.
Well, we're just so glad that you could be with us. And just remember, if you're going to rock it, make sure you rock it right. Download TripChat.
Are you a business owner that could use just one more customer? Those empty tables, vacant appointments, idle employees, and expired merchandise are missed opportunities. What if there were a community that connects you to high-value and motivated customers, giving you a competitive edge in the marketplace and increasing your revenue? Introducing Partners One. You keep doing what you do best, taking care of your customers, and we'll do what we do best, sending you new customers to take care of. Call us today to find out how Partners One can work for your business.
Rock It Right with Betsy Barnes and Dr. K. Solar is brought to you by these generous sponsors. Partners One, better barter for Baton Rouge and beyond.
Mary Bird Perkins, Our Lady of the Lake Cancer Center, Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts, Advantage Health Solutions with Dr. Boyd Michael Helm, Hightower Dental Concepts with Dr. Leah Larson, City Group Hospitality including City Pork Brasserie and Bar, City Pork Catering, City Slice, City Taco, Rouge Creole, and Beau Soleil.
Talent 360 Consulting with Vicki Little, Jeff Taylor, Realtor and Forester with Whitetail Properties. The 3rd Street Songwriters Festival. Elite Chiropractic with Dr. Ron McMorris. LouisianaIsATrip.com. Take one. Thank you for making our show possible.